I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I've been. I don't know where I'm going. Been holding on to the past, but this life keeps on moving. It keeps on moving. It keeps on moving. I can turn back now and leave this all behind. I don't know if I'll ever make it out alive. I can turn back now and leave this all behind. I don't know if I'll ever get out alive.
All right, here we go. The Modern Eater Show continues. This is beautiful Paonia, Colorado. And why not Stanton Farms and it's Paonia Lavender. Got Kori and Campbell Stanton here with me. How are you guys?
Good, great. Thanks for
Real good.
Where in the world are we? This is beautiful.
You're on Garvin Mesa, about 500 feet higher than Paonia.
In a lavender field.
at about 6250 in elevation.
Right.
Yeah, you're looking at our most predominant crop currently.
And why would one want to grow lavender?
Well, you want to answer that, or should I?
Well, you're the one who...
Well, we started because we didn't want to grow fruit anymore, and we wanted to try something different. And this seems to be drought resistant, bug resistant, but it's not work resistant. And it's a lot of work to get it all going like this.
So the year of our Lord 1974, a young Campbell came up, discovered this property, wheeled and dealed. Here you were,
Yeah.
48 years later, you've got Miss Kori growing
Right.
lavender on here.
Well, not
right.
quite 48, but...
No,
The property.
she's far from
You're
that.
far from 48. But you do a distilling process too.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna see some of that.
yeah, it's going to be great. I think we're going to do 6 pounds of a cultivar called Betty's Blue.
Okay. Will
Yeah.
you school us on some lavender real quick?
Heck yeah.
All right, what you got?
Now that's her department for sure.
All right, well, we've got, what we're looking at here is full gate. We have, 96 or 100 and so?
192.
Oh, 192 full gate. It's an English variety. It's super hardy. It's blooming right now, and it's considered a culinary variety.
Mm-hmm.
So we've harvested the bottom field here, and we're working our way up. You have to harvest culinary varieties at a certain point, like 25 to 30% bloomed out. I think part of that is to keep it intact, and part of it is, I think that's the biggest part, is to keep it intact. With the other varieties that are not blooming yet, those are going to be stronger oil producers, and all lavender produces oil, but the culinary varieties produce about half of what like an oil producer would. So the full gate, if we distilled 6 pounds, we'd probably get 2 to 3 ounces of oil. Whereas if we did our Grosso, which is budding up at the top, Mayette in the center there, those are going to produce twice as much oil in a distillation.
Interesting. I learned something new every time I head out. Okay, so how many varieties are up here?
We have 20.
20.
There are over 450 varieties or cultivars in the world.
How many?
450.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Growing all the time. I
So 20 up here, and is it just you're doing 20 because you know they work, or are you experimenting right now to narrow it down? How does that look?
Some of both, I'd say.
Okay.
This, for instance, is an old standard full gate. It's hardy, one of the hardiest ones. And whereas the Grosso is a intermediate, and it's kind of a hybrid experiment.
So here it is, July 5th.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's 76 degrees out right now.
perfect right now.
weather. Right? We've got
So
a little
nice.
cloud cover.
Good
But
weather.
talk about the climate. Talk about where we are regionally, what grows, and why this is working so well here. Obviously, yeah.
Drought resistant. One of the things that when people come up, because we do have open farm tours and we have distillation demos you can book privately or on Airbnb, but people that come up and they're like, oh, I have 3 or 4 plants and I have the hardest time growing them, and I will say something like, at some point, you can overwater the plants. So they're drought resistant, which is great in our climate. We're in a pretty severe drought, although this year water
wouldn't
is
know
looking
it.
really good.
Yeah. Colorado's really renowned, always really in a drought type of thing.
Yeah.
But water's important, especially right here. And I love the setup here. But talk about how you do water and irrigation here.
It's all on drip, and it's all gravity fed. Comes from pipes up on top of the hill there, and a 2-inch pipe comes down, and I can distribute it to all the fields. And I can't do the whole thing at once, but I can do big chunks of it at once.
Gotcha.
And it takes a couple days.
How about maintaining this? Is it hard to maintain?
Yeah, the weeds are something else.
You got to get in there and get at it?
Well, I use my lawnmower there,
Right in between the rows?
Well, I push. I mean, it's got self-propelled.
For sure.
And then lots of hand weeding. I will say my dad did quite a bit of that last year, and we're seeing the benefit of that this year.
Yeah.
That it's slightly less. So the bindweed, for example, will coil up, try and strangle the lavender, and
we try to stop it.
And it's there's not a lot. We were commenting on that this morning when we were harvesting.
What's your growing season?
Right now, we plant kind of after May, early May, if we're going to be planting.
Yeah.
And then by the end of June, when the annual Lavender Festival in Colorado happens, which just happened for us, things are starting to bloom at the very beginning of blooming. We just started harvesting July 3rd this year, so we're at the very beginning of our harvest.
A couple days ago. You say you get a couple yields from a few
Certain
varieties?
plants, yeah.
Yeah, Betty's Blue, Buena Vista, what else? Double blooms. One year we had Mayette double bloom. That was super interesting. I don't think that's a normal thing.
Yeah.
It just isn't, but...
I don't know, you gotta... If you smell my fingers right now, I was doing it. We'll show you up there. We're doing some production today, right?
Yeah.
Let's walk and talk and
Okay.
go see what you're up to. Talk about the production process of this, and then what you do. What forms does the lavender rear its head in? I know we were down at Big B's Delicious Orchard, and right on the cashier stand there were little bundles of lavender, right? People enjoy those.
Yeah.
But so bringing it to sale or to market, what forms do you use?
So because we distill up here, we have the ability to capture the essential oil and put that into products like a lotion. I have made soap. That's not totally my focus yet, or maybe someday, but I like to do like a salve. And we put the essential oil in a roller, maybe with a carrier oil, sometimes just pure. You can sell it as fresh or dried bouquets. You can use it medicinally. I always say lavender has a very full life. It's perennial, it keeps coming back. So
I was gonna ask that.
our first field that we were just in is 5 years old. Massive. I mean, they were like, these are a few years old too, but when you plant them, they're itty bitty.
2.5-inch plugs.
Yeah. And
Beautiful.
so-
I love it just for the landscaping too.
Yeah.
yeah, I always tell people like, oh, if you want to meditate in the lavender, like
Come
lay
on.
in the lavender, hug the lavender.
And Greg, this is pretty much all oil in here too, about where you see the color starting. So those are all oil producers in there.
Super sweet. Wait.
This one that's right here, that's the really vibrant purple, like periwinkle, is called Irene Doyle, and it's one of my favorites. A lot of people love the traditional color of like the purple lavender. I'm really drawn to, I guess, more the unusual colors like the Irene Doyle or the Hidcock pink over here is my
See that.
favorite.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
The fragrance is amazing. It's technically a culinary. Someone should make ice cream with it. So if any of your chefs want to do
wow.
that, let me know. I'm happy to package that up and send.
Well, would you send us home with some samples?
Oh, yeah.
Will it last throughout our road trip?
Yeah.
It should.
It goes a long
Yeah.
way.
So as we come on up here to see the distilling process and get some oil extracted, what's the medicinal purpose? You have such a great knowledge base of lavender, and I actually just want to pick your brain on it sometime. And if anybody's out seeing wild lavender, take Kori along with you because she'll be able to identify it. Talk about the medicinal purposes of lavender.
Medicinal purposes range from, I was just actually reading about a study that was in Germany, and I don't know the year of it, but people were taking capsules of lavender oil and it was reducing anxiety. I've also read studies that some varieties, I think more the hybrids, the intermedia, will actually stimulate the brain. So and it's just very
I need
soothing.
both of those things like immediately.
Okay, I'll give you a couple different varieties. I'll be like, this one, just
Oh,
like put your
please.
face in,
Yeah.
and you'll feel really calm. And then, before you get back in the car for your next leg of this road trip, you can just take a big whiff of like a, lavender that's more stimulating.
Lavender is one of my favorites for sure. All right, what are these ladies doing right
Okay,
here?
these lovely ladies are getting ready for distillation. We're going to go ahead and do a 6-pound distillation, and I'll grab the basket, it's called. So we have a stainless steel still. Some people have copper stills, which are beautiful and also very expensive. Not that this wasn't expensive, but it's just a whole other level. And I don't really know exactly why we ultimately went with this, but
We felt 3 pounds was not enough to
oh yeah.
make it worthwhile.
Never enough. Let's get it going.
I mean, if we have
Bigger,
all
better.
this lavender, we might as well
Yeah, let's get at
get
it.
a bigger. Probably need even bigger than that.
Put me to work. What can I
Okay.
do to help?
So first we're gonna put, this one for some reason doesn't have a screen on it, so I just need to be a little strategic in the initial.
Do you want me to do that?
Where on the other end?
So I'm gonna cheat a little bit,
Oh
and
yeah, you're right.
I don't usually put stems in, but because this bottom one doesn't have a screen.
Oh, you're using that. Look at that. Innovation
Boy.
at its finest right there.
I have to talk to Mile High about this.
Okay, so load her up, right? That's
Yeah.
the name of the game right
Yeah,
now?
so now we're just gonna take everything we've shucked.
The yield.
The yield smells amazing. Yes. It gets 200 degrees. Yes, get the beard. Leave it on.
Oh, I feel better
Perfect. That's what we want to hear.
already. I'm not leaving. I'm going to lay in the lavender
I was
fields.
hoping so, since you could, you can stay.
That's true.
Well, wait a minute now. I get some equal time.
You want to get in there?
No. If you're gonna cook, then you got to do something on the. I'll get you out to irrigate with me or something.
Oh, I see.
That's right. Really put me to work. All
Yeah,
right.
we just signed up for.
Well, you're off the hook today, I think.
I was going to say, I'm good at dishes too, so I can.
Oh, I already did them. Darn it.
So we're just, I mean, look at this.
Yeah, we did good. Thanks for
Separate.
everyone's help. It's like this is always actually the longest part of this process, and then you get your best oil in the first
Oh, you're gonna
5 to 10 minutes.
You're gonna do it, huh?
So some people may be saying, okay, you're putting this in, but how are you going to get oil
Yeah.
out of this?
Yeah.
You shall see.
This is like the coolest part. So I'll wait till I can kind of talk more about it. But the steam, this is going to flip over, and the steam pushes through the basket, and then we'll put a condenser arm on the top of that. There's a couple of other steps with hoses where there's cool water. At 200 degrees Fahrenheit is when the extraction process happens. It's
When it starts to
steam.
separate.
Basically, the steam forces out the essential oil of the plant.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Then it drips out, comes out oil and hydrosol, which I mentioned earlier, means flower water.
Uh-huh.
Greek. And then you can capture and bottle that, and that's an amazing face mist, or you can put it in your hair, your beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I need it. All right, I'm going to go walk over here by you. And Nick, if you want to follow me, let's just get right into this process.
You want to try to get a little more?
Do we?
A little more, I think. It's not quite.
Do we also have jars down here, fam?
We do.
So it's
They're
going-
just washed up there.
And I see what you mean. This one does have a screen on the
Yeah.
bottom of it. So that's exactly.
So
that was-
when we
I'm thinking
upgraded,
of taking this whole thing.
we were pretty quickly like 3 pounds is
She's
not
not gonna like it, but
suffice. So we called up our new buddies up at Mile High Distillery and said, hey, can you make a larger one? I think they custom made this for us. They make stills that you could distill alcohol.
yeah.
We haven't done
on
this.
some varieties,
While we're
you
doing
wouldn't,
this, people,
you wouldn't have
they're
them down
now
this
just
low.
a ton.
You
It's
know,
really
Yeah.
cool because
The stems are so long.
Paonia Lavender, but
So
it's
that's not
more
too much waste.
information somewhere out there where someone's like, I want to study
Oh,
this
like-
right now while I'm watching this video.
Yeah, we have
want
an
any waste at all.
Instagram. There's also PaoniaLavender.com or Stanton-Farms.com. Our websites that point to the same one.
I guess it makes good mulch.
And then another great resource is the Colorado Lavender Association.
That's what we should use this for.
And I believe that's
These stems.
coloradolavender.org. And you can get a ton of information. You can see a map of if you're in Colorado and where all the lavender farms are, if they're registered with
they turn
their
my
members
mic
of the Lavender Association, which even as a non-grower, you can be a member. If you just like appreciate and love lavender, you can be a member and, you know,
So cool. I
it's a
don't,
nonprofit.
I don't
so
know if
give
you
it-
have a nickname right now, but I'm going with Lavender Lady here with me, Kori Stanton. This is just so cool to check out this process. Are you ready to throw this on the top?
Yeah, I think we're about ready.
All right, they're feverishly working here.
I know we're scrambling a little bit
No,
at the
you're-
end to fill it up.
Fill it up and
Let me
we'll have
get
less to hang.
the earwigs out of here. Definitely organic farm up in here.
Absolutely.
The chickens like the earwigs though.
Let's just flip
It's
all
a
this
win.
over onto.
So do you pack it down in there?
You don't want to pack it too tightly.
Okay.
My dad and I last season were distilling, or getting ready to distill, and I believe I packed it too tightly, and we were kind of like, is this gonna explode? we took everything, we turned everything off very quickly. So you can pack it too tightly, but it's
Yeah. So if anybody's ever wondered, you know, how do I get these essential oils? What's that process? Well, you're looking at it right now in Paonia, Colorado. More information. You were telling me about, you said something about Airbnbs, and if you want to do that, what's up with that?
So we have at the end of last season, I listed an experience, Airbnb experience. And so for $35, you can come, you get sent home with some hydrosol, a little bouquet, and this about a 2-hour experience in total of just hanging out on the farm. You can be as involved as you want. You can let us do all the work.
Sure.
You can, you know,
Hands-on.
You
You
can
can
be real
rub your
hands-on.
face in it just like that. So that's cool. If you're in the area, Airbnb experiences are really a cool additive that Airbnb offers.
Yeah.
And as you just heard from Kori, you can click on your own experience and then come on up here and do that lavender experience, which I would fully recommend. I feel like I owe you $35 right now.
no, definitely not. Definitely not.
All right, here we go.
Next time though.
Okay, cool.
All right, so this is the inside of the basket if you want to check that out, and then we do put a screen on this end so that you know, we will get some buds that drop down, but primarily. Oh,
Nice.
you want to do that again? I'm gonna redo it.
Take two. Here, I'll get
You gotta get it.
I'll get the screw.
Gosh, I wish I could help more, but I don't know this process. Next time, I'm just doing it by
Yeah.
myself.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Can
Okay,
I
duck
ready
under.
for that screen? This part is easier with 2 people, especially with the 6-pound basket. If I could help
There.
me.
Well,
What am I doing? This.
I think you. Yeah. Where's the hole there?
I'm gonna let you do that.
This is the high-tech part.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't even use a screwdriver.
Why would you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Of course,
keep
we'd have to
it
go get
in
one.
place and not-
I think it's gonna hold.
Okay. All right. Oh, you want
Oh.
that hose?
We need
hooked
to
up?
hook up everything.
And I'm sorry, did we have a jar?
I
Mom,
washed.
can you go get a jar from the kitchen?
There's 6 of them up there. Okay, let me get over here.
Sorry.
On the property, I don't know whether you guys noticed or not, but there are a lot of bees running around, enjoying themselves, frolicking and playing amongst the lavender. But you actually have a bee farm.
We have 2 hives, yeah.
2 hives, nice.
Our friend Kay Howe is our beekeeper, and otherwise we're pretty much at capacity of what we can take on, even though we keep planting things.
But that's a happy property right here.
Oh yeah, the bees love it, and I feel like we should wait. This is
Does you need the jar right away?
It's gonna take a
enough that,
long
like-
time for that steam.
oh true. Okay.
You'll probably be just fine.
All right, so we're gonna put the basket on. We seal it with this clamp.
I try to.
I'm helping on this side. Look at that. I
All right.
came in handy today.
God dang.
One thing.
Just in time.
Woo!
I feel better.
Pretty tall. We're probably going to need that bucket to put the.
I'm gonna need a step ladder
You
just
need
to
that
read the
bucket?
gauge.
Yeah, and actually before. Well, someone handed me that.
Sure, got it. Want me to hold that?
Yes.
I feel like I'm doing something naughty, and we're not. I mean,
We're making moonshine.
I asked when we were talking to the guys at Mile High Distillery, or distilling, I said, can we make booze with this? I don't know if this is legal or not, but can we make booze? And they were like, yes. So
interesting.
I don't think I've got it.
Don't worry, the heat's all the way down here.
There we go.
So, somebody tell me what am I looking at here, and how is this working? And pressure is building. Is that correct?
Yes, so the
Okay.
steam, you wait till it's rip-roaring boiling so that you don't have a lot of drop down, and that's that scientific word I can't think of what it's, when it, will rise and then,
Should I get that drum?
yeah, or that bucket.
Got the bottle glass. Ah, cool.
The bucket behind.
So,
Okay, so basically what's going to happen is this is already starting to get hot.
It's not gonna be
This has
behind.
got to push all the way through our basket here.
okay. And
We're
steam.
going to see this go pretty, once it gets hot up to here, it goes pretty quick, and this is going to go up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit.
Because we need someone 8 foot tall to read it.
Then the essential oil and hydrosol is going to come through this condenser arm here. We've got a cool water coming through the bottom here, and actually comes
about
up.
here now.
And the first time we distilled, there was all this evaporation. We were smelling amazing, and we were burning all of the oil off. And we didn't have the right water and pressure to cool it off at 200 degrees. So we only took one time to learn how to not do that. And,
Go use this cooler.
basically, we're gonna find something, we're gonna rig something
Build
up,
this up a little bit.
jar under here, and it will be a pretty slow drip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But only oil coming out.
All essential oil, pure essential oil will come out, as well as hydrosol.
Okay.
And you can see the oil is more cloudy, and then you'll be able to see a clear separation between the water, like oil and water separate. And so the oil will rise to the top, and you can see, we should be able to see a significant layer in what we're distilling today. This is
too high,
an
isn't it?
oil producer.
Is that too tall,
That
Corey?
is the, let's see.
And then
That's
you put
too
it in
tall.
tinctures from there?
Well, you would, yeah.
A little too tall?
Running out of ideas here. You can go get that old drum we used to use.
Sure.
Sure.
We need like an apple box.
No.
gonna be-
I'll go get that old tom-tom I have.
Is it getting warm?
Oh yeah.
Can I touch?
Just carefully.
Just tap it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Getting real warm. Real warm.
Yeah.
So it's working.
It is working.
Temperature's rising on the
Does it
gauge.
say about like 80 or so on there?
What does it say? It's getting close. You're right.
Nick's the tallest one here, so good thing he's filming.
That's right.
Ooh, yeah. We're getting about halfway.
And
You can start to smell
starting to
it.
get the whiff of it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably smell something being pushed out.
Mm-hmm.
I've distilled other things. I've distilled hemp. We got the terpenes of the hemp, significantly less yield than lavender. And I've distilled, what else? Rose hips. Just got a couple. I did a 3-pound distillation of rose hips. I had tried to smash them up, and I got like 3 milliliters. So if you are shopping for rosehip oil, it's really, you need a lot to create a little bit. So lavender is very high yield in comparison to other things.
What got you into this?
To the distilling or to lavender?
Both.
My parents decided to grow the lavender, and I think it was kind of just a natural progression of like, okay, well, what are we going to do with even 454 lavender plants? And we found this still, and we're like, let's go with it. And I've totally fallen in love with growing lavender, and also this kind of alchemist part of alchemy part of the process, and then to be able to really utilize it to its fullest, the plant.
And then you sell it?
Yeah, we'll sell pure essential oil, and I make rollers with oil.
Where can people buy it?
We don't have an online store yet, but if you message me, I can send you a product list, and we can definitely ship stuff out.
Nice.
Yeah, and we do have we have products in some stores, Delicious Orchards.
Let's see, where's that piece of plywood?
I just need to like clone myself or have one more person, and then I feel like we could really
You can do it.
take it to the next level.
Look at that engineering.
Nice. Okay.
I love it.
We make it work.
Got to make those
Whatever
old
we
hobbies pay off.
So is it built up somewhere, or do you have to release a valve to get it
So
going, or
I'm
will it just
waiting-
start dripping?
It will just start dripping. We'll see the increase in temperature. Rise
So you just
pretty
do this?
quickly.
Is this what you use?
I'm gonna move this hose somewhere.
Yeah, this is,
Just wait
I
it out.
Make sure that no steam is coming out, so we don't do what we did that time and burn off most of the oil that would have otherwise come out.
I mean, I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, know what lavender smells like, but just increase that by 100 times, right? And that's what we're smelling right now. Just we're getting it from the fields, from the extract, from this basket. We are in lavender right now.
Yeah.
Lavender world. It's just a great. It's an amazing product of this earth. That's for sure.
It can have a really long life. We've been told 15, 20, maybe even 30 years. Wow, did it go on?
You just saw the first drip.
Oh, wow.
I think you got a happy batch going on here. So what are you doing now?
You saw the distillation start to happen. I didn't actually have the water going yet, so quick save to make that
Yeah, make it
get
work.
going. We are seeing the initial, probably mostly essential oil coming out right now. I like to let it hit the side of the glass a little bit because then it like doesn't splash so much around. It's easier to see the difference. Oh,
The separation of it.
yeah.
Oh my God, this is so cool. So you guys have to know today when we pulled into Big B's to visit with Jeff Schwartz, there we saw Kori, and Kori said, hey, you know what, it's happening. It's today. This is going down. You want to check out something cool? We said, are you kidding me? We'll be there. So here it is.
Yeah, it was great to,
We had perfect time.
yeah.
So
I don't know. This is your rig.
this is your host, Dad. So that's oil.
A lot of it is oil.
Is it really hot?
It's not hot. No.
Can I put my finger
Yeah.
under it?
Sure.
Promise? Okay.
Is it warm?
I mean,
Might be a little warm. It shouldn't be hot.
But it,
because,
Smell it.
yeah.
yeah, it's got that. And it has that oil feel that I was looking for, and you can see by how it touches the inside of
Here,
the
do
glass.
that again and then taste it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Minty.
Wow.
What does it
Holy
taste like?
cow! You taste it.
Just want to do it.
Oh my God.
Tastes
Huh?
like lavender.
Yeah, it's hitting.
Definitely an oil producer.
Yeah.
The culinary varieties would not be that strong.
Yeah, but look how pure it is. I mean, there's really no byproduct that comes through there. There's no. Yeah. And you would think it would have more of a color to it, but no.
No, I've seen a difference in color. That's what you said, in color?
Yeah.
I've seen a difference if we're distilling dried versus fresh.
Mm-hmm.
If we're distilling dried, the oil is going to be a little bit more yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Where this is fresh from just, actually yesterday we harvested it, knowing that we were going to distill. You can totally see, and maybe the camera on this side might be a better angle, you can totally see this film, this layer starting to develop of that's the pure oil on the very top.
You sure can. Wow. And then it'll cool and you'll
Right there.
remove that layer from there, or you were telling me a little bit about the separation process.
We just siphon it off the top right now. We used to have a separator.
Gotcha.
Maybe we'll get another one, but it's out of commission for right now. So yeah, usually what we'll do is siphon off. We'll get it to the very top, and then once it's up here, you can really start to see the yield of the oil. And then we'll siphon it off on the top. We'll bottle the hydrosol, and I always leave a small layer. The hydrosol has trace amounts of essential oil anyway, but when I bottle hydrosol, I leave that layer of oil and like really shake it up, and then with a turkey baster,
Perfect.
clean turkey baster, fill the bottles, and then when I sell those bottles, I tell people to give it a good shake. And so you're kind of mixing everything up and getting a more even distribution of the essential oil.
Perfect. All right, there you go. If you didn't know how it was done, this is how it's done. And what are we missing anything? How can we want to make sure people can look up and get more information? What are you saying, Mom?
The hydrosol. Talk about the hydrosol.
Oh, the hydrosol. Well, I just did the hydrosol.
Use it for
Yeah, yeah, there's a couple varieties that we have are very bold. I think we could probably make some cleaning products out of those. We can do the hydrosol. I think I mentioned this. You can spray it on your face. You can put it in your hair. You can put it on your pillow. And it's just a really lovely, you can take a bath in it. You want to be on camera? My mom wants to share all the ideas.
Come on in.
She'll put it just all in the bath with her.
How do you use it? Come on, Susan. Grab that microphone.
Oh yeah, put Susan on the spot.
Come on over here. Right.
Oh, are you kidding? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we do have quite a bit of hydrosol, and we have jars that size, half gallon, and I just pour it in my bath and take a nice soak and love it.
I love it too.
Yeah.
I drip oils into my bath. That's a secret. Don't tell anybody, but I do.
Well, that's one of the things I love about lavender is that it's not just for women, not just for men. It's like universal, and I tell men sometimes, oh, it's really manly, and I know quite a few dudes that love lavender, so I love that it's not just a, it doesn't have a gender.
Yeah, bros. Get down with the lavender, would you? It's a great family, and Stanton family. It was wonderful to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you.
I think that's an awesome thing that you're doing right here. I want people to, again, look you up on Instagram, which is Paonia Lavender.
At Paonia Lavender, yeah.
Perfect. Kori, thanks so much for letting us.
Thanks so much, Greg. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thanks
all right,
for your
that's
help.
the process. Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you to Polly, our volunteer and friend who helped us out.
I know. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you guys so much. The Modern Eater Show. We continue. We are out on our road trip. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel. It has a ton of information. If you're on themoderneater.com and you want to learn about things regionally, check out the search engine. Just type anything in there that you want to learn about, and chances are we've been there. We're going to kick that rock on down the road, and we love for you to follow us. And thank you so much as the Modern Eater Show continues.